So what they say in this document is they will dole out poisonous foods. It's not what we need, but it's what we want. And those that decide to eat these foods.
The security message of this is, we're going to tell you this stuff, and you have to shut your mouth. Okay? Because when we start implementing this stuff, people are going to freak out.
They tell us on page 98, a typical scenario, takedown of the U.S. by 10 people and $10 million. Binary biologicals, imported vitamins and clothing, the food supply will be poisoned. Terror attacks with vaccines and with viruses. They talk about our railroads will be attacked. Selective anti-personnel with radiation frequencies, microwaves from the towers. The water supply will be contaminated via intercontinental unmanned vehicles, accompanied by serious psy-war, and that's the CNN syndrome. So they're telling us here how easy it would be to take down the United States with these new technologies.
And here we go. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to bring up a document that I found from 1979. This document was top secret. It was actually found in a Boeing printer, surplus Boeing printer that was bought in 1989. In 1986, they found this document, and they've been trying to tell you guys all about it for all these years. And everyone the whole time was just saying, oh, that's just conspiracy theory. Oh, that's just a lie. Oh, that's just, you just made that stuff up. Now, we're going to peel back the onion, and we're going to see what's inside this document. It's called Silent War, Silent Weapons for a Quiet War. And man, the stuff in this document are off the chain. Historical introduction. Silent weapon technology has evolved from operation research, a strategic and tactical methodology developed under the military management in England during World War II. The original purpose of operation research was to study the strategic and tactical problems of air and land defense with the objective of effective use of limited military resources against foreign enemies. It was soon recognized by those in position of power that the same methods might be useful for totally controlling a society, but better tools were necessary. Social engineering, the analysis and automation of a society, requires the correlation of great amounts of constantly changing economic information, data. So high-speed computerized data processing systems was necessary, which could race ahead of the society and predict when society would arrive for capitalization. Those in positions of power strongly suspected that it was possible for them to control the whole world with a push of a button. Immediately, the Rockefeller Foundation got on the ground floor by making a 4-year grant to the Harvard College, funding the Harvard Economic Research Project for the study of the structure of the American economy. 1 year later, in 1949, the United States Air Force joined in. Now hear me out. What if there's a plan already in place to literally kill and take out a large portion of the population?
They're keeping us so sick. From the fluoride, from the aspartame in the food, all of the dyes and chemicals on everything. I mean, even the receipts that we get from filling our cars with gas are poisonous. We shouldn't be touching them. And so we need to navigate. I say that life on a daily basis is like trying to walk through a landmine field. And if you get to the other side at the end of the day, you've made good choices.
Documents that you could reference on all this crazy stuff that's going on that would show you that this was actually a long-term plan to take out a major part of the population to have complete control over humanity. 1954, the Bilderberg Group. Have you heard about the Bilderberg Group? I've talked about it before. The Bilderberg Group had their first meeting. Here are the documents from the first meeting. Mass hysteria and psychosis, and how they were going to corrupt your food, and how they were going to break apart your family. What if there was a document like that? You get into the document, you know it has like a little table of contents. They want to tell you when you come to the meeting what you're going to be talking about in the meeting, and the very first thing it talks about is security. It is patently impossible to discuss social engineering or the automation of a society, i.e. the engineering of social automation systems, silent weapons, on a national and worldwide scale without implying extensive objectives of social control and destruction of human life, i.e. slavery and genocide. This manual in itself, an analog declaration of intent, such a writing must be secured from public scrutiny. Otherwise, it might be recognized as a technically formal declaration of domestic war. That says it right here. Furthermore, whenever any person or group or persons in the position of great power or without the full knowledge and consent of the public uses such knowledge and methodology for economic conquest, it must be understood that a state of domestic and warfare exists between said person or group of persons and the public. The solution of today's problem requires an approach which is ruthlessly candid. Man, you guys are going to love this stuff. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. With no agonizing over religious, moral, or cultural values. Man, just think about that. Religious, moral, or cultural values. No regard to them. Okay? You have been qualified for this project because of your ability to look at a human society with cold objectivity. You know, this was given to the people that showed up to the meeting back in 1954, the first Bilderberg meeting, okay? This is it. This is the papers right here, right? Listen to what they're saying. You have to be a cold son of a to be in our group, buddy. You cannot care about how we wipe out humanity. You cannot be morally subject to what we're about to do. Oh, and you've been qualified. I hope you guys are wrapping your head around this stuff in all seriousness. And yet analyze and discuss your observations and conclusions with others of similar intellectual capacity without the loss of discretion or humility. See, that means they can talk to their friends about how this is going to go down with no remorse or reflection on humility because they think like you. Otherwise, a person like us would be, this is crazy. I can't believe this is, what are you talking about? Who are you to decide that? This is nuts. It's got to, you know what I mean? Because we care, actually. Whew. Such virtues are exercised in your own best interest, not to deviate from them. So right up front, the security message of this is, we're going to tell you this stuff, and you have to shut your mouth. Okay? Because when we start implementing this stuff, people are going to freak out. All right, so now we got that out of the way. We have the official documents. I'm going to do several videos about this, so make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Now, what we did find out was, A, they have great disdain for the family unit. Listen to something. There's another document that goes along with this. It's from NASA. If you guys think NASA's about sending astronauts to the moon or going to outer space, you are sadly mistaken. Please look into MK Ultra. Okay? NASA over there is a scam-ola. All right? But there's another document attached to this or kind of goes with it from NASA, and here's what it says about the family unit.
But the very last statement in this document, it says, Factor 6, cattle. Those who will not use their brains are no better off than those who have no brains. And so this mindless school of jellyfish, father, mother, son, and daughter, become useful beasts of burden, or trainers of the same. So what they say in this document is they will dole out poisonous foods. It's not what we need, but it's what we want, and those that decide to eat these foods will have the consequences of that. They tell us how they set up all the social engineering, how they devise the family, how they crumble the family, how they set up the war machine, how they influence thinking in the family unit to allow the family to give up their children to war for a rich man's fodder.
As you can see, like, they have disdain for the family unit. Also, I'll let you know that the silent weapon technology that we're going to discuss in these next several videos and today was developed in an operational research and strategic tactical methodology developed under the military management in England during World War II. Now, as we're peeling back all the onions, aren't you guys finding kind of a coincidence? Operation Paperclip, Operation Mockingbird, all this stuff was around World War II. We were supposed to be fighting back fascism and communism and all this stuff all around the globe. We were supposed to be getting rid of Hitler and his gang. I truly believe Hitler never died. I truly believe he lived out his days to be an old man, okay? They brought all those guys over, the scientists and all the high-ups. They brought them over. Please go look this stuff up. It's called Operation Paperclip. And they brought all those guys over here, put them into positions, high positions in our government and in our universities, okay? And they continued on with their experiments, and they shared all their knowledge, and it's disgusting. All right, it's disgusting. We were played like a fiddle. We thought they were having Nuremberg trials over there, and those people were all going to be held accountable for what they did, and that was a big, fat lie. America smuggled those guys out and brought them here, and we continued everything that they'd done. I've even found research saying we taught Hitler everything that he knows. So everything that we think we know is a big fat lie. Man, is this video going to get banned or what? The quality of education given to the lower class must be of the poorest sort. Think about the public schools. So that the moat of ignorance, isolating the inferior class from the superior class, is and remains incomprehensible to the inferior class, which such an intentional handicap even bright lower class individuals have little if any hope of I can't even read this stuff. Do you guys understand what's going on? I mean, seriously, I'm going to go over some more of this stuff in this document. You know what I mean? They are poisoning your food to make you dumb. They are poisoning the water to make you dumb. They put out documents to tell you that they're going to do it. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? They have it in documents. I'm going to keep going over these documents. Right now, today, we were talking about the food and basically how they think about you, okay? The food is designed to keep you sick and lethargic and dumb, and then the schools put the nail on the coffin, okay? Look at what's going on in the schools. Look at what's going on with the food. Look at what's going on and compare it to the documents as we unfold more documents in each video this week, okay? But this one I wanted to show you, there's an effort out to dumb people down through the food and through the water to keep you docile, okay? We're going to talk about that later on, what they're doing to the men, all right? The men. And as we start connecting more of these dots and we start talking about more of this document, you guys are really going to see it. And if you can't see it, I can't help you. I mean, that's just the bottom line. If you can't see it after we do these next couple videos, I can't help you. If you're on our mailing list, as we finish up this series, I'm going to be sending out the links where you can download a copy of this document, read it for yourself, okay? Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you share the video with your friends, okay? That's the only way this information gets out there. This is the information age. We'll see you guys on the next video, and this thing gets lit. This is just the beginning. All right? We'll see you on the next one.